Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what do people envy the most about you. So I chose to do this reading topic because in my readings, I'm sure you've noticed if you watch my readings regularly, I always pick up on an energy of jealousy and envy, and I thought it would be good to look at this and see what people envy the most about you. And I've set some type of intention for the people that are feeling envy or jealousy to receive healing from this, as well as you, to see, okay, there are certain traits about you that, people really want in themselves, because that's what envying is. It's just a part of our shadow self that is wanting that trait or wanting that thing for ourselves. So it's kind of just spreading light and healing on both sides to show you maybe the traits about yourself that others would like to have, as well as those people that are jealous or are envious, to help them realize that maybe they have those qualities within themselves too, and they just need to develop it. Because whatever we see in another person and we admire is something we have within ourselves. Okay, so now I just want to also say this is a general reading. Only take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm now going to show you crystals for each pile. So for pile number 1, we have Amethyst. And we have the card Fairy of the Green World with the Natural World Needs You. For pile number 2, we have the Shell. And we have the card Nautilus Princess with Powerful Personal Growth. And for pile number 3, we have this red cat's eye heart. And we have the grumpy red fairy with Be Your True Self. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be your pile for today. But of course, if you're drawn to more than one pile, always trust your intuition. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this Amethyst crystal and the Fairy of the Green World card number 44 with the Natural World Needs You, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what do people envy about you the most. So please be aware this is a general reading, only take what resonates and leave the rest. So what I'm noticing from the first card you chose, she has a bunch of these chilies on her hair. And I kind of just heard the word hot, like you're very hot. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna take from the chilies. And that's something people really envy about you, because I'm also seeing a vision of that one movie. I'm trying to think what it is. But Megan Fox played in that movie, and she's known for her good looks, and I'm seeing that vision of her in that movie when she's putting on her makeup. And she was that kind of person in that movie that had more of that femme fatale kind of energy. Oh yeah, the movie was called Jennifer's Body. So I don't know, I'm just seeing the vision of Megan Fox and Jennifer's Body, and how she was seen as a very sexy person in that movie, or just in general. So you could be seen that way, to have that very femme fatale kind of energy. Even if you're a man, you could be seen, it doesn't matter about your gender, you could be seen as someone very sexy, very hot, with a very attractive yet seductive and mysterious vibe to you that is kind of like people are just very attracted to. So that's something people envy about you the most. Also, when we look at this card kind of reminds me of Mother Earth's energy and this kind of person that, well, you could be the kind of person that really cares for the earth, that really cares for Mother Earth, all its animals, and all its people. You could be that type of person that advocates for the earth or just really cares about the earth in general. It seems you have the type of personality where you want to help the world with your gifts or talents. And this could be a trait people see in you, this visionary quality, this quality to you where you really care for something that is much bigger than the average thing in our lives. And it's like you want to bring change. You want to bring this kind of energy where you are advocating for the earth in some way by sharing gifts, by sharing talents. And as I look at this card, I feel like some of you could be quite intuitive because it looks like she's holding some kind of crystal ball here. And I did get the vibe of intuition from your pile. So some of you could be very intuitive. Some of you could have gifts or talents that is bound to be helping the world in some way, or you are going to help, or are you helping the world in some way, or wanting to? Because I do feel also like a visionary quality from you. So people may envy the gifts you have or the talents you have. If you are very intuitive, people could be envious of this, or just the talents you have in general, because you seem like a very talented person. I'm clairvoyantly seeing the swan. And when I see the swan in a reading, I see a person that does something, yet they do it so effortlessly. And people are envious of this effortless vibe you have, where you can just do something and it seems so effortless. Even if you don't feel that way yourself, this could be the vibe people pick up on when they look at you doing certain things you love to do. I'm also seeing eyebrows. Someone is jealous of your eyebrows and hair. And your eyes. So what I'm also seeing is people. I saw a vision of, the Sabrina series, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and the one lady she was friends with, I forgot her name, but she had a gift called the Cunning, and she was able to see into other realms. So I keep getting the message of people being jealous or envious of your intuitive gifts because maybe they wish they could do them themselves. Maybe they wish they could connect so deeply to the spiritual realms and be able to see things for themselves or for others. Maybe they also wish they could help the world in some way, but maybe they just need to find their own way of helping the world or their own way of receiving talents or gifts that they have that are lying dormant within them, waiting to be unlocked. And they see you fully capable and fully using your gifts or talents. I am now hearing this song by Gwen Stefani. And I'm seeing the music video to it. I just want to find the song. So the song is called What You Waiting For, and I saw the vision of like the music video where she's like in this Alice in Wonderland world, and like I kind of feel that vibe. Maybe you have that very mystical vibe to you, or this magical type of energy around you, like with that Alice in Wonderland music video. Maybe you have that magical ability to just take people to another realm, or you could just have a very visionary quality because in these songs she speaks about, like in the beginning of the song, she's playing her piano and then she's like, what an amazing time, what a family, how did the years go by, now it's only me. And she's trying to come up with lyrics, but she's struggling to come up with lyrics. And then in the song, she's saying, you never know, it could be great. Take a chance because you might grow. Tick tock, tick tock, what are you waiting for? And she basically speaking to herself, saying, why are you standing in one place, born to blossom? Your moment is coming, something like that. Basically motivating another part of herself. So when you hear this reading, you may relate to that a little bit. Like you have something big to share with the world, but there's another part of you that may be fearful of sharing that, or may be fearful of either people's criticism, people's comments, or just fearful of putting yourself out there in the world. And other people may see this visionary quality you have and this ability to have a talent that is so effortless. Do you get what I mean? And it's like maybe you don't see yourself that way and you're just kind of like scared to put yourself out there a little bit. And then there is your higher self telling you, what are you waiting for? Share this gift, share this talent with the world because the world needs you. The world needs this talent or gift. And yeah, that's the vibe I kind of pick up on. But then I'm seeing it in a very complex way. So I'm seeing it as your higher self show you maybe talents or qualities you have that need to be shared with the world, and how your higher self is encouraging you to put yourself out there more because other people see these qualities and traits within you. So start seeing that within yourself because these are qualities people wish they could have in you. Okay? Um and I'm seeing it like your higher self encourage you, but then I'm also seeing their higher self show them through you that they have certain qualities within them that are waiting to be unlocked, that are waiting to be found, and they're kind of looking at you, being envious of you, yet the universe is holding up a mirror to them that they have something within them too. You get what I mean? And this is why they are envious, because like I said in the intro, if you didn't see, when we are envying someone for something they have, we secretly want that thing for ourselves, but we feel like we can't have it, or we feel inadequate in some way. So this is just their toxic side, showing them what they want for themselves. I'm also seeing we're using the Priestess of Light Oracle deck. The first card was from the Shadows and Light Oracle deck. So I'm also seeing an energy here where I'm seeing, oh, this is exactly what I was going to say. We have card number 36 with duality, many meanings, and misunderstanding. So I'm seeing a vibe here where people are kind of envious. I saw victorious, and I guess I'm seeing a lot of visions for you and hearing a lot of music. So you may be the type of person that loves movies, or the type of person that loves to envision things or imagine things. You may have a very vivid imagination, or this ability to connect to art or aesthetic type of things and find inspiration from it. Some of you may be very creative yourselves, because there's even a book here. Some of you may be writers, and people may be envious of your creative qualities. But let me tell you about who I saw. I just can't remember her name. I just want to find it. So it was Jade. I thought it was Jade, but I wasn't sure. So you know how Jade in Victorious is kind of like, she can set her boundaries. She can speak her truth. Like she's not afraid to let that side of her out. So I feel like people are kind of envious of this ability you have to speak your truth, to stand in your power and not let anyone walk all over you, or not let anyone mess with you, because you have this kindness in your soul with the fairy of the green world. You have a really big heart and you want to help people in the world. I can see that in you, my pile number ones. But then you also have this side to you that is this protective side you have that protects yourself from people that are going to take advantage of you, or people that are going to walk all over you, or people that are just not going to respect you or your boundaries. So it's like you have this side to you where you're able to stand true to yourself and what you need and what your boundaries are. And there's strong root chakra energies surrounding you. I know the root chakra is related to groundedness and the sense of safety and security within yourself. But I'm hearing the word power specifically, like you standing firm in your power. And I guess people may envy that, but people may also envy the quality you have of being so grounded, being so mysterious. And it's like people have a certain type of curiosity towards you. So others may envy that curiosity others have towards you. And that sense of you being so grounded, so firm in your sense of self, you having that certain amount of stability surrounding you. Because I feel like you have a very earthy energy surrounding you. Even if you don't, even if you're not an earth sign, you could have a lot of earthy energy that you embody in that sense. I'm also seeing an energy of death and rebirth, of you completely rebirthing yourself and healing yourself. I think I'm going to use another deck. But then at the back of the deck here, we have telepathy with the wolf. And the wolf spirit is that of loyalty. It's that type of energy of leadership qualities or skills that you have that you're meant to share with others, as well as this ability to trust your intuition and instincts. So you have a lot of power within you that others see. You have potential that they may even envy because they see your potential. I also feel like people may also be jealous or envious of your seductive yet mysterious qualities. I also feel like some of you have an ability to connect with esoteric knowledge and to connect with the Akashic records. And that gift is super powerful, and people may be envious of that. People may also be envious of your fashion style or your hair. I keep seeing hair. But also your light, because I'm seeing this candle here, and you have an ability to light up the whole world, to inspire others. And this is a quality that people see in you that they may envy. So I keep getting the seductive vibe too. So, spirit guides on my pile number ones, may I please look into what do people envy about them the most? We have card number 14 with worthiness. So yeah, a lot of solar plexus energies as well as the root chakra energies and the sacral chakra energies, so the lower three chakras. I feel like you are very comfortable accepting your sensuality and you shine in the world with this card showing up at the back of the deck. You have this immense connection to the divine, and you are seen as divine, my pile number ones. And, you know, this is the goddess of stars at the back of the deck, and she shines brightly and she knows it. And when she shines brightly, she spreads light to others and inspiration to others. And there is this dreamy quality to her, yet this quality of enjoying the pleasures of life. And you know, this goddess over here, I just forgot to say one last thing. I'm looking at her body and she looks very attractive. She's dancing, so some of you may dance, or people may be a little bit envious of your body or the way you look. But also your ability to feel into the pleasures of life. So it's strong sacral chakra energies because the sacral chakra relates to our sensuality, our confidence within ourselves, as well as our connection to ourself, our body, and our feelings. So people may see you have confidence in yourself and they may be envious of that. People may see the seductive quality to you and you being able to find the pleasures of life and enjoy life. And they may envy that ability to kind of just let go and enjoy. Because some people, they're very afraid of feeling joy. But that's their own lesson to learn. Because I feel like even the people that are envious of you, you still may spread light and inspiration to them in some way. And I'm also noticing a lot of purple in your card. So this dreamy, intuitive vibe you have too, like this lunar energy too. So, like I said, there's solar plexus energies, the root chakra energies, the sacral chakra energies, as well as the crown chakra and third eye energies, and the throat chakra. So, what I feel here is with the worthiness card, you know your worth. You love yourself. You pour into yourself. And then you overflow on others. And you know what you deserve. Or at least this is how it comes across to the world. Like you know your worth. Like you do have confidence in yourself. A strong sense of self. A strong sense of purpose. A strong sense of like who you're meant to be and who you want to be. So people may envy that ability to know what you're worth, to know you're worthy of love, to know you're worthy of good friendships, to know you're worthy of success, to know you're worthy of sharing your talents with the world, to know you're worthy of being yourself in the world. So I feel like that energy and the type of energy of your joy, your ability to feel joy, and with the 4 here and 14, the number 4 is sticking out to me. So I feel like you're very protected. Oh, sorry about that. I feel like you're very protected by the universe in some way, and people may also envy this quality to be so protected by the universe, because I feel here like people will talk about you, but then something will distract them, or they'll think about you in a negative way, but something will distract them from doing so. So we have here Aphrodite with inner goddess. Awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. Wasn't this what I was talking about? Aphrodite is the goddess of beauty, the goddess of romance, of lust, of pleasure. So she was the most beautiful goddess of them all. And I feel like you have that divine quality to you, where you are seen as very attractive, very beautiful or handsome, and very sexy too. But you also love yourself, and you have this romantic vibe too that people may envy. And then we have independence, Bast, with your independence as a foundation for your strength and success. So people may also envy your independent qualities, your ability to stand on your own and achieve the things you want independently. So I'm now going to use your tarot deck. Let's look into your tarot cards. So spirit guides on my pile ones. What do people envy about them the most? We have the Star. I was speaking about you being connected to the divine, you being connected to the universe in some way. We have the Tower, as well as your connection to the spiritual realms as well as Earth. So that's what the Star card is. And I also feel like some of you have healing gifts with the Star card, this ability to connect with the divine that people may envy. But I feel like in order to see those healing gifts within yourself, maybe you had to go through your own healing journey, your own initiation through finding that. Because with the Tower card, I feel like you've been through some things in your life, and I guess that's people envy the things that they see to the whole world. Like with the Star card, like you shine brightly and you're seen by the whole world. And these good qualities are seen by the whole world, but maybe they don't know what it took to get there. So for example, you may know your worth, you may be so confident in yourself, but maybe that had to be broken down and healed in order to get to that place. And all they see is the finished result, but they don't see the work that you put in to get to that place. Do you get what I mean with the Star card? Because the Star card is all about healing yourself. And I also feel like people that do know the work that you've put in yourself, they may envy that, because it's like they know they need to work on themselves, but they're not. So I see an element of that, but I also see an element of like people just see the star shining, but people don't see what it took for that star to shine. Do you get what I mean? And I feel like you really had to heal yourself and look within to be able to come to this point of shining so brightly and spreading your light to others. Maybe you had to or went through some really challenging moments with the Nine of Wands in order to find your light. But I also feel like people may envy your ability to go through certain challenges, but still stay positive, still have faith, still trust in the universe and God, whatever you believe in, and still trust that things will work out for its best. I feel like some of you have Libra placements. I don't know why. It's just a specific message. If it doesn't resonate, don't take it. We have the Ace of Swords. And this is what I felt earlier. People are jealous or envious of your mind, your ability to come up with ideas, your visionary quality. Okay? As well as your ability to connect with the divine. It seems like with the Star card, I'm hearing the word miracles. Miracles have taken place in your life. And you have this ability to think positively, even in moments that feel like everything's falling apart. You have this ability to have clarity, to gain clarity from the universe, from the divine, and to move forward and have your mindset in a way where you're remembering your strength even in hectic moments. That's what I feel here with the Ace of Swords. So you have a very powerful mind. You may also be seen as very intelligent, and that's a quality people may envy. And then we have the Queen of Swords, your ability to speak your truth, maybe even your voice. Maybe some of you have beautiful voices, and this is what people may envy about you. So I think I'm going to leave your reading here, my pile number ones. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose the Shell and the Nautilus Princess, card number 41 with powerful personal growth, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what do people envy about you the most. So I feel this very mermaidy quality from you with all these shells in her hair. So you may be seen or you may consider yourself to be like a mermaid or a siren that draws or lures people in. You may have a very sweet, cute quality to you, but then also this very ethereal, beautiful quality you have. It's kind of like this energy of you being out of this world. And that's what people see in you. People feel like you're the most beautiful mermaid or merman just combing your hair. Even if you don't relate to that energy, I feel like there is this ethereal vibe you give off, like you're not completely from here. And maybe even a magical, mystical vibe you give off. So with the Nautilus Princess, you know, you may have this connection to the ocean regardless of your gender. I'm hearing maybe some of you have eyes that represent the ocean because I heard Ocean Eyes, the song by, I think it's a song by Billie Eilish if I'm not mistaken. And I feel like some of you have blue eyes and it reminds people of the ocean, or something about your vibe reminds people about the ocean in some way. If you relate to that energy, you could have a vibe that is very serene, very soft, but also very powerful, because when we think of the ocean, it's soft, it's beautiful, it's healing, it's so serene, it makes you feel at peace. But then also the ocean can be very powerful with big waves. And the ocean sometimes represents emotions too, like a strong connection to the emotions. And I'm remembering Aquamarine when she's like, yeah, mermaids control the weather. I don't know why I'm remembering that. But yeah, like you could also have this energy to you of being like a princess or prince, or having some type of energy of royalty to you where people put you on some kind of pedestal and you are seen as royalty by the world. Okay, you could also have this cuteness. I feel a sort of innocence with you, like this cuteness, this innocence to you. Maybe some of you have very big eyes because this princess over here has very big eyes and people could be envious of that, or a very sweet face that is very cute that people could be envious of. And also your hair could have this shininess to it because I'm looking at her hair. Or if you wear certain accessories, maybe some of you like to wear pearls or certain accessories that people may envy. So let's go ahead and add the rest of your cards and see what else shows up. But when I look a little bit deeper into this with the Nautilus shell that you chose, I feel like you've been on your healing journey. We're now using the Priestess of Light Oracle deck. This was the Shadows and Light Oracle deck. So I feel like you've been on your healing journey, and there's something about that. Like, you have been healing yourself, you've been growing, and people may be a little bit envious of that, like of the growth you've done on yourself, on the work you've done on yourself, because as I look at this Nautilus shell, it reminds me of like going within and working through our own healing journey and working on ourselves and gaining some type of wisdom from it, as well as gaining a sense of joy again. Because it's like I'm seeing your heart, and at one point it was like your heart was so broken, and you had to almost put the plaster on your own heart and heal your own heart. I don't know why people are envious of it, but it seems like from the time you once were to the time you are now, there's been a lot of growth, and people see the result of that growth, but maybe they don't see the work that went behind it. Do you get what I mean? People see the result of it, but they don't see how much hard work you put into healing yourself and growing. But there's also this vibe of you've changed over time, you've transformed over time, you've bloomed over time, my pile number twos, into this newer version of yourself that is much more healed, but it's like you still have this innocence and gentleness to you, even though your heart was broken once, even though your heart was once hurt, not broken, I hear. And you healed yourself. I feel like some of you have been on a self-love journey, and people can see that because there's a certain type of glow to you now. Yet I feel like there's still the sadness because like of what you've been through or what you've gone through in your life. But at the same time, things are getting much brighter. Things are starting to look up in a way that is really good, and people are starting to see that. I also feel like you've been taking back your power in some way. We have card number 49 with achievement, effort plus intention. I feel like you've been taking back your power in some way is what I'm hearing from spirit, and people may be a little bit envious of this because they see you've changed over time. I think people may also be envious of your ability to feel things so deeply because I feel this is my pile of very empathic people. And if you were drawn to pile number one, I highly suggest you watch it because we have the precognition card at the back of the deck about psychic abilities. And in pile number one, I spoke about people being envious of their gifts. So some of you may also have healing gifts, not just intuitive gifts, because of this ability to be so empathic and connect so deeply to the heart. And you have this certain type of pureness around you. You remind me of an angel. And I guess people may be a little bit envious of that, as well as your ability to be so well liked by others because of the sweetness you hold. And because of this ability to feel things so deeply, I feel like you had to really step back and reach a certain point where you could set boundaries with others so that you can be an empowered empath. And I feel like some of you have reached that state where you are completely empowered in your empathic abilities. I feel my crown chakra and my third eye chakra opening with your pile. There's something so magical and mystical about you where you really connect to the divine on a deep level and you can read people like a book. And people may be envious of that. People may also be envious of like I said, how well liked you are because you have the sweetness to you and the transformation you've gone through in your life. People may also be a little bit envious of the achievements you've made in this lifetime because you have this ability to really have determination when you go after what you want. When you set your eyes on something you want, I'm hearing it's over for these, you know how they say it's over for these bees? Like on those TikToks or Instagram reels. Like I'm hearing it's over for these bees because you're starting to achieve a lot and people are starting to notice this. People are starting to notice all the hard work you've put in as well. Into your career, into your hobbies, into your goals. And you have this type of mindset where of determination where you're going to go after it until you achieve it. But I'm also hearing you have a mindset where it's about the journey. It's about enjoying the journey, not just the destination. We have card number 9 with manifestation. This is the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck. So it seems some manifestations have poured into your life that people are a little bit envious of. Like they see all the hard work you've put in and they see the results of it. They see the achievements you've made in your life. They also see the release you've gone through with the 9 here, the 2 nines. Nine's about release. And the rain here is like reminding me of a cleansing, as well as the shell in the ocean reminds me of cleansing. A cleansing you've been through in your emotions. So I feel here, you know, things are starting to rain down on you, your manifestations, and people are seeing that. Some of you have, waited for love and you've manifested love, and people see good luck coming into your life as a result of this. And maybe they see your partner loving you so dearly, or they just see your ability to manifest people's attention. Like maybe a lot of people love you, or a lot of people want to be around you, a lot of people like you or are attracted to you if you're not in a relationship. If you are someone that is starting to achieve things in your career, people could be talking about, the certain type of manifestations you've received from that. If you've received a raise or promotion, or people just see you being recognized for your work, that could be something, or the achievements you've made. People could also be talking a lot about how seductive you are, how sexy you are. With that mermaid energy, you have this ability to kind of lure people in and be so seductive in some way, and people could be talking about that and could be envious about that too, your ability to just attract people in. I also feel this energy of you achieving the things you want. So you could have manifested things in your life that people envy. Okay, so I'm not sure what exactly this would be for everyone, but for some of you, it's about the joy you're now experiencing. For some of you, you've gotten more abundant. For some of you, it's you living in your truth. For some of you, it's love. For some of you, it's career. It's different for all of you, but people are starting to know blessings or see blessings pour into your life with the harvest card at the back of the deck, but you have worked for these blessings. I also feel this is my pile of people that are very, very protected by the divine, and people may be envious of this because there's something about when people talk to you. I feel like not talk to you, talk about you. I feel like people like to talk about you for some reason, and it's like something happens that prevents them from talking about you, or something happens where maybe the person ignores them, or something like that is what I feel. So something happens where it prevents them from it. And I feel like some of you, I'm seeing someone here like to wear lip gloss, and people are jealous of the way your lips look. Okay, we have a card here, but I'm just gonna cover it quickly because there is nudity on it. Okay, so we have the card Purification. It is time for a cleansing detoxification of your body and mind. And this woman looks so oceanic. I did say something about a cleansing, so that's super interesting. Okay, so I also had some cards fall on the floor, so now I know what tarot deck to use for you. It just fell on the floor without me using this tarot deck. I'm gonna pull cards from this deck now, but we have the Sun firstly. So I feel the Sun should be in the middle here. People are a little bit envious of your ability to feel so much happiness, of how well liked you are by others, as we see here, like this community of people dancing together. Okay, of how happy you are, of your smile, of your laughter, of your joy, okay? And we have the King of Cups. So people are also a little bit envious of your ability to be so calm, so serene, so emotionally balanced. It's like, of course, the ocean is powerful, like I said before. It can bring out certain emotions that are like a sea storm. However, you have this ability to self regulate your emotions, to understand and gain wisdom from your emotions, and to grow from it, to bloom from it with all these flowers here. I love that the fairy deck came out because I spoke about you being a mermaid. Some of you are fairies, some of you are just mystical in some way, where you have that vibe like that, okay? Then we have the Four of Swords, as well as the Death card, and we see somebody mourning someone here. So I feel like some of you have been through a lot in your life. You've had to mourn over something in your life. It doesn't have to be a person, but you could have lost something that was dear to your heart, or you could have had to mourn an old version of yourself in order to grow, in order to bloom and change and transform with the Death card, because the Death card is about transformation, as well as the yellow butterfly here. Butterflies are also about transformation, so people could be a little bit envious about how you've been able to transform yourself as well as your life and bring change into your life from being in a place where things weren't so great to transforming it to things are much more relaxed, things are much more joyful. You're starting to get your manifestations. So there has been this complete 180 of your life, or complete 360. I don't know what to use, but there's been a huge change in your life and who you are and how you deal with things, and people can see that. We have Mother Mary with expect a miracle. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. So with Mother Mary here showing up, I did feel a little bit of that innocence with you, so that makes sense. You could have Mother Mary around you if you believe in that. But if not, you could have just had a lot of miracles play out in your life, and people are starting to see that how your life has completely changed. It seems like a miracle has entered your life, and you had faith even when things weren't working out in the best way. So people could be a little bit envious as well of your faith, of your ability to trust in the divine, and of the miracles that have entered your life. So this is the Victorian Fairy Tarot. This is the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck. So now can I get some last cards about what people envy the most about pile 2? We have the Star card. The Star card is also about miracles, so we see that synchronicity here, and about hope and faith and healing as well. So there are so many synchronicities in your reading with different cards showing up about things we've spoken about. I feel like you found the truth of who you are and who you're meant to grow into and bloom into, and it's like this winter period that was in your life is now over. Sunshine is coming back as a result of you really believing and trusting and having faith that even in the dark moments, things can get better, things can start looking up. And it seems like you've awakened to who you're meant to be and who you're meant to blossom into. and who you're meant to transform into. You're starting to transform and come out of your cocoon and show your beautiful wings to the world. And I feel like that's what people are seeing. But people are also seeing your dedication, because we have um the Eight of Cups here. Usually the Eight of Cups talks, no, this is not the Eight of Cups. Spring. I'm trying to think what spring is. This deck doesn't work the same as it has like spring, winter, blah blah blah. So let me just see. Okay, so spring is wands. Summer is cups, autumn is pentacles, winter is swords. Okay, so I got the rest of them right. This is the Eight of Wands then. So I'm looking at these people here shoot these arrows towards the targets they have. And I feel like with the Death card next to the Eight of Wands, it's like you've been in situations that were not very nice to go through. It's not nice to go through this death process of, transforming yourself. It's not always easy, but you were determined to shoot your shot to where you want to be and trust that you're going to make it to where you want to be. So there is this determination here that people see within you that people may also envy. And your ability to shine brightly in the world and to take up space and to be seen by others, recognized and admired by others. You are a star that shines brightly in my pile number 2s. Then we have the Six of Summer, which is the Six of Cups. And usually the Six of Cups talks about the past, but in this case we see, a very beautiful, happy time where all these fairies are playing in the waterfall, and there is this sense of community here. So I feel like there has been a cleansing of the past, of who you once were, and this new version of you is emerging, and people are a little bit envious of this transformation you've gone through and this awakening you've gone through. And now things are starting to bloom in your life. Now things are starting to become much sunnier, and like springtime is coming back almost. Happiness is coming back. The sense of joy is coming back to your life, and the sense of community surrounding you. Then we have the Nine of Summer, which is the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups always talks about wish fulfillment. And there is this sense of magic surrounding you, surrounding the divine, surrounding you with all these fireflies here. It's like you're starting to recognize the magic of life, the beauty of life again. And all your wishes are starting to come true. All the wishes you've made during times where things weren't exactly going your way, and you had faith and you trusted that it would work out, and it is starting to work out. So people are starting to see your wishes come true, and they may be a little bit envious of that. So this is where I'm going to end off your reading, my pile number 2s. I really hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this red cat's eye crystal and the grumpy red fairy with Be Your True Self, card number 8, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what do people envy about you the most. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates and leave the rest. So with the grumpy red fairy card showing up first, Be Your True Self, I feel like the one thing people envy the most about you is your ability to be yourself in the world, is your ability to be true and authentic to who you are. I feel like with all the red here, I'm getting the vibe that some of you may relate to pile 1 a little bit, but I'm getting the vibe of you standing firm in your personal power, as well as this vibe of romance, of seductiveness around you, and the sense of being grounded in your truth, being grounded and stable in your sense of self, and no one can shake that. So that's the vibe I get with the red here, and the sexiness too. So people may see you as quite sexy, quite hot, maybe even a little bit feisty, and they may be a little bit envious of those qualities you have because I think people really like it with their red heart. People are in love with these qualities. I feel like you are the type of person that just has people fall in love with you left, right, and center. And people may be a little bit envious of that, but it's like also your ability to stand firm in who you are, stay true to yourself, stay grounded in your sense of self. And it's like I said, no one can shake that. And it's like you're gonna be your true self in the world. You're gonna be yourself. You're gonna wear what you're gonna wear, what you want to wear. You're gonna do your makeup the way you want to. If you wear makeup, do your hair the way you want to, dress the way you want to, speak the way you want to, speak the words you want to speak, be yourself, dance if you want to dance, sing if you want to sing. It's just about being yourself in the world and not caring about what other people think. And people see you having this energy of enjoying your life, of finding the things you want to do and doing it, and not really caring about what people think or what people are saying about it, because it's your life and you're living it and you're the main character of your life, and this is what people see. It's like if they don't like this movie and this main character, they can leave. I'm seeing that Instagram leave, then leave, be then leave. If you guys know it. So I'm seeing this vibe you have of like, I'm gonna be myself courageously in the world, and if people don't like it, then I'm just not for them. But I'm not gonna compromise who I am to please another person. I'm not gonna try, put on a mask and cover my true identity to be well liked by others. And the thing is, you are well liked by others by being your true authentic self. And that's what people are a little bit envious of too. The fact that you can be your true self in the world, but maybe they have certain fears or some certain limited beliefs around that. And it's like maybe they have a belief like if I be myself, people won't like me. And maybe they see you being yourself and people liking you. So there's like this complexity here where the envy towards you is actually teaching them something deeper about themselves and certain limited beliefs they have that they are learning to let go of in order to be their true authentic self, because they wouldn't be envious of this quality you have if they didn't want that themselves. Because what envy is, it's a toxic negative trait from our shadow self that is basically okay, it's like I want this thing that another person has or this quality that I see in them that I secretly admire, but I believe maybe I'm inadequate or I believe I can't have it. So that's where envy is like it's toxic in a way, but it's also teaching them something. Do you get what I mean? So let's go ahead and add the rest of your cards, and with the number 8 showing up, you could also be seen as very abundant in some way. You have this rich type of personality to you. And I'm not talking about physical abundance, but it could relate to that. But I'm talking about this inner richness within your soul. People can see that. You're like a diamond, and everyone wants that shininess. Do you get what I mean? So now we're going to use the Priestess of Light Oracle deck. This was the Shadows and Light Oracle deck. So Spirit Guides on my pile number 3s, may I please look into what people envy about my pile 3s the most? I'm hearing you have a visionary quality to you. You have really good ideas. And people are a little bit envious of that too, because your ideas are really, really good. There's something that you do here, like where you have really creative ideas. It doesn't matter what you do, if it's in your career, if it's in your artistic hobbies, if some of you have artistic hobbies or certain hobbies you do that the ideas are really good, like you have a visionary quality for you from you, and like when your visionary quality plays out, people see this innovative energy where you have ideas no one could have thought of, where you implement things no one could have thought of. And I feel the vibe of an innovator, like people being a little bit envious of your ideas. So we have the card Friendship, card number 14, with support, fun, unity, and play. So people are also a little bit envious of your connections to others, of your friendships. If you have really deep friendships with others, people could be a little bit envious of that. And I feel like you're very magnetic, my pile number threes. When you open up your heart to people, you're just very well liked by others, and you have that support group around you. Even if you don't have friendships specifically, we have Bright Heart Light at the back of the deck with open connections. You could have a romantic partner in your life that really loves you, that you have a friendship with, or you could have just people in your life that really love you or really like you. And it's like you really open up your heart to others and they do it back. So there is some type of reciprocal energy when you open up your heart to others. Or at least this is how it is perceived by the world. That when you open up your heart, you open up greatly, and people do to you too. And people really like you or love you in some way. And you really have deep connections you've built with others. But I also feel this energy of you being magnetic, my pile number threes. This type of energy of you just being able to attract your desires to you. I'm also hearing lust. People lust over you and are very attracted to you in some way because you're very sexy. There's something about that people are a little bit envious of too. And I'm seeing this vibe of you. I'm hearing like that quote, like a little birdie told me so. Like, I feel like some of you are intuitive, or you just know things, or you have people that tell you things. Something about that, like, I'm not sure what that would be for all of you. For some of you, it's different. Maybe some of you have connections to people that are more so in power. I don't know what it is. It will be different for all of you. So just take it as it resonates. I'm also seeing this ability to attract manifestations to you and receive. I feel like people want to give to you always, or at least this is how people perceive you, that others always want to give to you. Others always want to spoil you. Others always want to be around you. And your manifestations come to you effortlessly. You have a lot of good luck around you, or this is what people perceive, even if you don't see it this way. So let's add the rest of your cards. This is the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck. So what do people envy the most about my pile threes? We have two cards wanting to come out, so let's just see both of them. We have Intuition, card number 35. So some of you are very connected to your intuition. Pile 1 and 2 also had this energy. So people are a little bit envious of your ability to connect with the divine, of your gift of being so intuitive. Because I feel like some of you also have healing gifts, and some of you have interests in tarot, in astrology, in Reiki healing, in something like that. And I feel like you really have an ability to change the world with not only your visionary mindset, as well as your ideas, as well as your gifts, your healing and intuitive gifts. Because I feel like people see these gifts you have and it is mind blowing. And it's like, even if you don't tell them you're intuitive, they can see by the way you move. You just make certain moves where it turns out great, where you level up from that. And I feel like people see that. People see the change that comes from you following your intuition. Or when you just say certain things, you may just say them without realizing you're saying something intuitive. Like, one example I like to give is the one day I went up to someone and I said, "You look like this character." And she was like, "That's my name." That I didn't know her. So that's just like an example of the energy. But like sometimes us intuitive people can sometimes just be talking to strangers and say something and we don't realize we're saying something that is true. So I feel like you have an ability to really change your own life as well as the world around you with these gifts you have. And people may be a little bit envious of that because it's like, I wish I could look into the future. I wish I could see things for myself and use that to maneuver in the world to bring me what I want. So people see that and they envy it. But then we also have the card Moss, card number 18. So what I was speaking about of authenticity, people sometimes wear masks in the world because they're scared of showing their true self. And it's like they see you showing your true self. And it's like they wish they could take off that mask and be their true self in the world. I also feel like you have a very complex personality that people see because you're very sweet, you're very loving, but you also have strong boundaries and you have this wisdom in your soul. And it's like you also have an ability to come up with solutions to challenges very quickly because I feel like some of you grew up in chaotic environments and maybe that's where some of your wisdom comes from. Because it's like sometimes people see you as an old soul, but I feel like some of you really had to grow up quickly, and now you have an ability to see through people because of this, and now you have an ability to come up with solutions very quickly to challenges or problems, as well as this ability to think fast and quickly and get yourself out of situations very quickly. Does that make sense? So, whenever there's chaos around, you know how to ride that wave. Does that make sense? So, I'm seeing like a surfer ride a wave. So I'm also seeing this energy, like I said, very multidimensional and complex personalities where people can't necessarily put you in a box because it's like you can be one thing and be another thing at the same time. You have certain contradictions to you, like I said, of being so sweet, having such a big heart, but then also having strong boundaries. So people don't always understand that, or they're a little bit envious of that because they wish they could be their contradictory self too, because humans are not one dimensional. Humans are not just in a black and white perspective. So humans have complexities to them, but humans also like to put people in a box and say, you're only this thing. But we can be this thing and so many other things at the same time. And I feel like people are also a little bit envious of that multidimensionality. I'm also seeing you have a lot of good karma, and I feel like people that have done you wrong get bad karma very instantaneously because you're very protected, and it's like they're a little bit envious of your good karma. But I'm also seeing this vibe of you not caring too much about what others think or drama or this type of vibe of like, I feel like you don't even really care about why people are jealous of you. If you're probably watching this, you're probably watching it in a very lighthearted way. Because I feel like a lot of people care about their reputation and how others think of them and what others think and how others feel. And I feel like you're just there to be yourself. It doesn't really matter to you. So I'm seeing that too, people are a little bit envious of. And I feel like you're also not really a superficial person. Like, even if you have all the abundance in the world, you're not going to scream it to the whole world. Do you get what I mean? And I think some people are also a little bit envious of that, and as well as your ability to shift the energies, because I'm seeing you have really transformed yourself in some way. Because this grumpy red fairy, it looks like butterfly wings behind her. I feel like you've really transformed yourself in some way that people are just awestruck by it, is what I feel. I don't know why I'm seeing Britney Spears. So, spirit guides of my pile threes. What do people envy the most about pile three? We have sacred space with create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. I feel like you have this very peaceful energy surrounding you, and you have a lot of light. You shine brightly in the world. And this light you have lights other people's candles. It inspires other people. But I also feel like you have this energy of the divine surrounding you. You are divine, my pile. Number threes. And when you really are open to receiving the messages from the universe, they come to you and you know what to do from that. It's like your connection to the divine is what people are envious of, as well as your connection to yourself and to the energy of peace. And when you really receive the information from the universe, it's like you know what moves to make. And I think people are also envious of that, as well as when I talk about receptivity. I'm hearing like a lot of people want to give to you. You're in this receptive mode where you can receive information, you can receive blessings, you can receive things from people. And I think people are also envious of that. And your ability to feel things so deeply too, because it's like you find your wisdom and you find your intuition from those feelings. So that's something I see. And like with those feelings, it's like, I think you're very comfortable with your feelings. You don't try to hide them or repress them because you know that's what makes you human. And then when people see that, especially people that are not comfortable with their own emotions or feel shame for feeling their own emotions and feel like they can't show it to the world, then they're a little bit envious of that too. We have the card fairness. The situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So I feel like some of you could have Libra placements. If not, it's also okay. But there's this energy of fairness surrounding your personality. You are embodying that energy of fairness, of truth, of being someone with integrity, of being someone that does things in a fair way. So I feel like you're not the type to just do things that are unfair to others, or it's like you really weigh out your options in a situation and you follow things in a just manner. Does that make sense? So let's say someone does something to you. You're not going to lash out or shout at them or do anything. I feel like you're going to be very calm about it and you're going to set some kind of boundary or make some type of decision from it in a very fair way. Does that make sense? So that's something I see. And some of you will ask why? Why are people envious of that? Because some people, they make hasty decisions and like let's say someone does something to them, they're gonna go out of their way to hurt that person and then they see you doing something fairly and it's like it mind baffles them in some way. I'm also hearing some of you have started over or you have an ability to start things over and not really stress too much about it, because when I was gonna get your tarot cards, I dropped all of them, but then I picked them up and there is this vibe of like when things don't exactly go away, you have this calmness to you. You have this ability to say, okay, things don't always go our way, but I'm going to try my best the next time around and start over and build from there. And I'm seeing something about that too. So we're using the Muse Tarot for you. So spirit guides of my pile number threes. What do people envy about my pile threes the most? We have the Nine of Cups, which is about wish fulfillment. A lot of people wish to have the things you have, or feel like you have something they wish for. Like, let's say you have a sexiness to you, like we said in the beginning. People could wish they have that. Maybe they wish they could be their true self in the world. Maybe they wish they could have friendships or relationships around them like that. Maybe they wish they could have intuition like you. Maybe they wish they could have abundance. Maybe they wish they could have love. Like, there's something you have that people wish for, maybe even in your physical appearance. Or maybe they see you starting to get a lot of the manifestations or things you are wishing for, and they're a little bit envious of that. So that's what I see with the Nine of Cups. And with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like you've built towards getting these manifestations or these wishes, and people are starting to see it come to fruition, start to see your wishes come true, and it's like they're very envious of that. I feel like this is my pile of people where people in the past like to compare themselves to you, but I feel like you have adjusted your circle. You've changed in a way, you've transformed in a way where you don't feel the need to have people like that around you that are in competition with you. We have the Two of Pentacles, so people are jealous or envious of your stability, are envious of your ability to make certain decisions and weigh out options and make what they feel is a good decision from a place of love too, with all these roses. I feel like you have this energy of love around you, this energy of romance, devotion to yourself as well as the people you love. And you're seen as a jewel, a gem to others, like a diamond. Like the way you make decisions or the way you do things, just who you are on a whole level in your multidimensionality makes you so great. Like everyone sees these beautiful qualities in you. And I think people are also a little bit envious of your stability, your ability to remain firm in who you are and what decisions you're going to make and who you're going to be in the world, as well as your ability to go after things in a very grounded way and build towards that. And then when you build towards that, you start achieving the things you want and you start getting the things you've wished for. And I think people that are, I don't want to use the word lazy, but people that are a little bit impatient or people that don't want to put in the work towards where they want to be, then they see you getting the things you want and they feel stuck within their own life with the Eight of Swords in reverse. So that's why they're kind of a little bit envious, because they're creating their own stuckness, is what I feel with the Eight of Swords in reverse. We have the Muse of Materials, which is the King of Pentacles. So you are like a muse to others in the material world in terms of what you have, in terms of your personality, in terms of like the abundance you have as well as how you look physically and the things you have physically. So that's something that inspires a lot of people, but also makes a lot of people a little bit envious of the things you physically have. Like if you have a lot of abundance or wealth, or if you have built the sense of stability for yourself in your finances. Or if you have a beautiful home, people could be envious of that. Or if you wear nice clothes, people could be envious of that. If you have a deep relationship to yourself of self-love and people can see that, they're a little bit envious of that. If you're very gorgeous or attractive or handsome, sexy, people could be envious of that. People could be also envious of if you have like a nice car or nice home or children or relationships, something you have physically, people are a little bit envious of, but they also are inspired by it. It's like this type of energy of like, I'm inspired by you, I want to learn from you, but there are also some people that are envious of it. So it just depends on the person. Then we have the Two of Cups. And I spoke about relationships and love. You could have a lot of love around you. You could just have a lot of people that like you. You could have this energy of attracting people in, or be in a really good relationship with someone that really loves you. And that could be something that people are a little bit envious of. And if you have a partner that is very attractive too, that could also be something people are envious of. If you're both attractive, it gives me like this power couple type of energy. But I also feel like people are a little bit envious of your ability to remain true to yourself. Like I said in the beginning of the reading, stay confident in who you are and be courageous to be your true self in the world and speak your truth too. So this is where I'm going to leave your reading, my pile threes. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!